Hello, YouTube. I'm back with another video. Today, I want to talk about the toys that I grew up playing with. There were some really kind of cool toys back in the late 80s, early 90s that I'd like to talk about, because you don't really see a whole lot of those toys anymore. One toy that I kind of miss seeing and miss playing with was the Super Soaker. Super Soakers were a great summer toy to have. They'd have these like reloadable bottles and stuff that you stick on the gun, and you pump it and it'll pull the trigger and it'll spray you. Those are really cool. I wish they would bring those back. Does anybody remember Pogs? It was kind of like a game, really. They were like these little cardboard, like circular discs that had like pictures on them, and like everything, like just about anything you can think of would have a Pog. Like every popular, like everything that was like popular back in the 90s would have a Pog, you know. I mean, I remember Marvel Comics had Pogs, a lot of different TV shows like The Simpsons and stuff like that would probably have Pogs and stuff like that. But it would be like a game. You have like this slammer that you'd stack up the Pogs and you'd slam the slammer onto the Pogs, and whatever Pogs were face up, you would get to keep. You know, it'd be like a trading game kind of thing. Because if you had friends that had Pogs, you know, you basically just basically pile up a bunch of Pogs, and basically you would win Pogs, pretty much. It's a pretty interesting game. I mean, I've said this in other videos too, like the video games back then were really fun too. I mean, I was a gamer back in the 90s. Video games are just amazing. I'm trying to think of some other toys. What other toys were there back in the 90s? A lot of, like, there was like a slew of different action figures and stuff back then, you know, whether it be Marvel superheroes or Ninja Turtles or Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter characters or Mighty Morphin Power Ranger characters. I mean, they just had so many different action figures back then. Used to play with them all the time. lot of these toys I wish they would bring back. Another toy I was really heavily into, or like toys that I would be heavily into, are like Hot Wheel cars. I remember having a lot of Hot Wheel cars back in the day. Me and my dad would race them. We'd have this track and everything, and yeah, it was fun. Really fun. There was quite a few outdoor toys back in the day, you know, like big wheels. And those like little toy cars, like basically that you pedal. One toy I wish I would have had was the Power Wheels. Those looked really fun to have. Little motorized vehicles. Never had one of those. But I had my fair share of bikes back in the day. Another toy that I was never able to get was Teddy Ruxpin. I was never able to get one of those. I had friends that had them, but I never had them. Kind of creepy those things are, though. A little bear reading stories to you and everything that were on tape. I thought it was kind of a cool toy, you know, the animatronics and everything. Yeah. I mean, I also had like Slinkies back in the day, and Etch-a-Sketches, and you know, whatever. Oh yeah, I remember those little things that, like, I don't know what they were called, but they were like on a stick, and they had like, I think, like a ball that would swing, and it'd make like a popping noise. Like basically, you'd spin them around and they'd make like popping noises. I don't know what those were called, but those were pretty cool. What else? It wasn't so much a toy, but I remember those slap bracelets being really popular at one point. I was always bugging my mom to get me some of those for some reason. I don't know why. What else was back then? I'm sure I'm missing a lot of toys. Oh, I remember these, they were like Ren and Stimpy dolls that would fart. I had the Stimpy doll, and my nephew had the Ren doll. But if he squeezed like the stomach or whatever, and they would make a farting noise. Those were fun to have, you know. It's almost like a whoopee cushion in a way, you know. Whoopee cushions were fun too. I mean, I always liked the practical joke kind of stuff too, like the googly eyes and the joy buzzer and the trick gum and the peanut thing where you open the peanut bottle or jar or whatever and the thing would pop out. I used to love those type like practical joke type of things too. Those were fun. But yeah, there were so many good toys back in the day. You don't see that many toys that are like really popular anymore. You know, I mean, maybe it's because I'm an adult now and I don't really pay much attention to toys anymore, but except fidget spinners. That was like the only thing that like was really, really super popular at one point. Like even Dollar Tree had fidget spinners. I mean, I still have all my fidget spinners. From way back in, what was that, 2017, I think? Yeah. Anyway, I'm done with my cigarette, so I guess I'll end the video. If you like the video, like it. If you liked it enough, subscribe. If you remember any good toys back in the day, send a comment below. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye.